This segment is brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Good morning and welcome back to Farm Factor at the Wichita Farm and Ranch Expo. Today, Duane Toews visits first with Pete Loewen about wheat.
Duane Toews joining you once again on AGam in Kansas. And while at the Wichita Farm and Ranch Show, we hosted the Market Shootout IX, an opportunity to hear from the market analysts on KFRM about different topics that they spoke with producers that night. We take the opportunity to talk specifically about wheat with Pete Loewen, Loewen and Associates. And Pete, certainly a time of the year when a lot of people are looking forward with the next year's crop.
Definitely, and you know, from a marketing standpoint, we went through a summer where we were pretty wet throughout hard red winter wheat country, then it dried out, people trying to get wheat planted, and wasn't a lot of marketing opportunities going into that, not having so many production uncertainties. Then we caught the rains in late October through a big part of wheat country anyway, through the high plains and down through South Texas and then through central Oklahoma. Of course, it skipped a big chunk of northern Oklahoma and Kansas, but then we caught those. And then lo and behold, you sit here historically very low prices, and now you've got some production potential but no sales opportunities, it seems like.
Obviously, we've dealt with that with last year's crop. Looking ahead, world wheat numbers, there's plenty of it out there, and it may be a little tricky to market the 16 crop.
There's no doubt. You know, we've got world production that's record large, close to 27 billion bushels, and to try to put the U.S. into perspective with that, we raise about 2 billion plus or minus bushels of wheat per year compared to 27 in the world. And over time, the U.S. has also accounted for less and less of the world export trade as well. So basically, we produce about 8% of the crop and export about 14% of it. So wheat has become a very global market with everybody able to grow it, and when you've got big world supply and you've got adequate U.S. supply, it makes it tough from a price standpoint.
We think about this fall, pretty dry through the northern sections of the wheat belt, a little wetter down to the south. You guys still not got that crop up yet, and some uncertainty as to how far do you go in terms of marketing next year's crop when you don't know what you've got.
Well, one, yeah, there's obviously production uncertainty still. We get wheat crop conditions on a weekly basis now, and even after the rains, it didn't improve as much as what people anticipated, I believe. But we've got a major dilemma in the fact that we've got prices at historical low type levels compared to where we've been the last 8 to 10 years, and in a lot of instances, costs that are price that's below production costs. So tough circumstance for wheat. You hope you're going to produce it. You really don't like the price opportunity that's being offered to you in the market right now.
We look at the value of the U.S. dollar as strong maybe now as it's been in quite some time. That doesn't help us on that export scene either.
No, it doesn't help us at all. In fact, through the last several months, you know, our weekly export sales in wheat have been very poor. And the last report we had in November, USDA cut wheat exports by about 50 million bushels, but in my opinion, it's going to be cut more than that. Typically, in most of the larger wheat export tenders that we get lately, U.S. wheat values from exporters are anywhere from 40 to 80 cents above per bushel, higher than other competing world exporters, which obviously makes it difficult for anybody to want to buy our wheat.
Our thanks to Pete Loewen joining us at the Market Shootout in Wichita at the Farm and Ranch Show. Jamie, back to you.
Stay with us. Duane will be back in a moment with Derek Hermish.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.